I'm doing a Metcon today off of the Crossfit website. It's 21, 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3 of knees to elbow and dumbbell thrusters, and I only have 15-pound dumbbells. The prescribed for the females is 20 pounds, but that's okay because 15 will be just as challenging, and so will the knees to elbow because I have not done them in like over 5 years. Has to be that. So I'm not going to film the workout because I want to get in my zone. So I am going to warm up the movements and then do my workout and move on. I don't know. I'm going to guess this is more or less like I'm going to say it's going to take me like 10 to 12 minutes to do this because the knees to elbow specifically are going to be a little challenging to get through, but we'll see. So let's warm up. I also have this liquid chalk, which is pretty amazing. This rack does have decent grip, but the chalk really helps. So not quite knees to elbow, but I can feel my core working. And thrusters. So that's what it's gonna be. And I'm gonna get my head situated and then start. Okay, 10:08. Did a nice cool down. Probably the most challenging part was just my grip and my hands for the knees to elbow. And I definitely, this was like challenging to the core stability muscles. Something that is starting to come up for me is like other areas that I want to like dial in with my nutrition, but I'm holding off because I don't want to add too many things at once, and I'm like trying to do behavior change around. And because I'm acting as my own coach and mentor and advisor on this, I'm really trusting my own instincts not to do that. And I think in the past, either doing a program or working with a coach, I felt that there was a little too much of a desire to pile on and make too many changes at once and have some of that all or nothing thinking, and I don't want to wander down that path when it comes to like implementing other tweaks in my like behavior and patterns. And so right now I'm pre-contemplating what I might want to start with regards to my nutrition, and it'll be like one thing and maybe focusing on one meal at a time. For example, like aiming to get like 40 grams of protein at breakfast, or a minimum of 30 or something like that. Like aim to get that consistently for a while, and then maybe I am incorporating protein at every meal, just maybe not I just kind of need to bump it up a little bit. So I don't know, that's like one idea of like focusing on protein, and rather than do like I need to hit this many a day, because that's been kind of a hard goal for me to hit, backtrack it a little bit, take a smaller step, and maybe do, like I said, one meal, or a minimum of like, you know, 25 grams at each meal. So yeah, do something that's like achievable for me, but a little bit of a stretch, you know, and then work on that consistently and fold it in. This process has been like gradually folding in other elements, you know, but starting with movement for me felt like the best place to start, because it was like the least resistant, like the thing I was least resistant to. I enjoy moving my body. I like the way it makes me feel mentally and also physically. And so I knew that getting that into a daily practice would then impact other habits that I wanted to change. I'm not really following anyone's like plan on habit changes. Like I know, I don't know if it's James Clear with the Atomic Habits or not. I have read aspects of his book. I have not read the whole thing, but I'm not wanting to implement someone else's like strategy on this. I really want to tap into my own guidance and intuition and like past experience, like what has not worked and how can I find something that may feel more doable to me. So that's the way I'm approaching this, and it feels good, and it feels like achievable, and like taking my time and going gradually, and like that's the goal. Is just slow, steady listening to my intuition and instincts on when to add something else in and when to like wait until that feels like the previous habit that I've been trying to work on feels more stable, and that I feel like confident in it having like a solid place in my routine. And so yeah, that's how I'm approaching it. And I have like a year of time that I am in this experiment, and I think the overall arching experiment is like building in habits and a daily practice routine based on my own instincts. That's the experiment really, and tapping into my resources and internal knowing and whatnot, because I do think I have, and I'm trying to keep this into my own experience, but what I've also observed is that so much of our own internal wisdom and guidance is outsourced to other people and other experts, and I do think there's a time and a place to do that. And for certain things, yes, I think it's wise to hire a coach and work with a mentor or a nutritionist or whatever. And I am one of those people who has a lot of coaching and a lot of mentoring and a lot of education under my belt, because I have sought out like that support and help. And this is an experiment in trusting myself and what I know and the pace I want to work at things and how I want to do things based on my body and not some outside prescribed system or structure. So really I'm finding is like the core and the heart of this. And it's pretty cool to be relying on myself, because ultimately I do trust what I know, and I trust my body, and I trust my instincts to tell me when something isn't feeling right, or I could push myself a little harder, or I need to, you know, ease up a bit. And so that's what I'm going off of.